Welcome back to Reading Bear. Today, we will take a look at some new I Don't Work Here Lady stories. And if you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comments. Let's go!
The first one is titled, I Don't Work at the Bookstore. Okay, those are two stories from my uni years that happened in the same store. In my country there used to be a big bookstore chain. They had the same layout in every store around the country, so if you have visited one, you knew your way around. Being a bibliophile, I used to frequent their stores. Story 1. Cast, me, Karen equals entitled tourist, clerk equals one of the store's clerks. It was early July, and I was in the store browsing books to pass the month. I was dressed in jeans and a polo shirt, carrying 3 books and deciding between a fourth, when a loud, "Excuse me," in English, sounded from behind me. I turn around, see a classic Karen, haircut, giant sunglasses, in a floral sundress, arms crossed in front her and impatiently tapping her foot. Thinking I was blocking her way, I took a step on the side. But she was locked on me. Karen, staring at me. I want to complain about your clerk, pointing at a young guy at the counter. Me. Beg your pardon? Karen, still pointing at the clerk. He refuses to take my card. Me. Looking back at the cashier confused. I can't help you that. Sorry. And tried to turn around. Karen. Don't turn your back on me. I'm a paying customer. The clerk, finally arriving from his spot behind the counter. Madam, why are harassing a customer? Karen. He's not a customer. He is the manager. Me. Actually no. Just a customer, looking for books. I replied and headed to the cashier. Karen. Well, your customer service sucks. And with that, she stormed off the store. Story 2. Cast. Me, Elsa, fake name, equals middle-aged woman looking for books. One of the main reasons I frequented those stores was because they had a large selection of fantasy and science fiction books in English. Very few books of those genders are translated in my language. I'm in casual clothes, browsing the fantasy section, when a teen approached me and asked me about a specific book. Knowing the bookstore, I guided him where he could find it. A couple of minutes later I hear a very light, "Excuse me." I turn around, finding a middle-aged woman, looking a bit lost and embarrassed. Me. Yes? Elsa. Could you please assist me with finding a book? Me. Is it a specific book? Elsa. Not exactly. I'm looking to buy a book as a gift for my nephew. Me. What's his age? Elsa. 16 and he likes fantasy. But has already read the Harry Potter books. Me. Can he read English? Elsa. Yes, with those informations, I guide her through a few books, explaining which are part of trilogies or series. She ended up choosing 2 books and went to pay. I see her talking to the cashier, then looking back at me blushing and coming towards me. Elsa. I want to apologize for taking so much of your time. I thought you were an employee here. Me. It wasn't a problem. I was happy to help. I replied, smiling. She offered to pay for my book, which I politely declined. After a little banter, we settled on buying a cup of coffee. The next one is titled, A Cute Little Story While Shopping with My Mom. This just happened yesterday. My mom and I were out running errands and had gone to a Raley's that we used to live near and had shopped at hundreds of times in my hometown because they do $5 Mondays, and they had a few items that we needed. So, we were in the dairy section checking out if there was anything that we needed. Now I'm 5 feet 10 inches and from behind me, I heard a little old lady voice asking for help. I'm a genuinely nice person who has worked retail for years and has respect for older people, so I asked what she needed help with. OL. Can you please grab some yogurt for me please? Me. Yay. No problem. I grabbed the ones that she needed and handed them to her. She had a big smile on her face. Thank you for being tall. I don't know what I would have done. Have a good day dear. Me. You're welcome. You are too. We parted ways and that was that. My mom and I giggled for the lady saying thank you for me being tall enough to grab the yogurt that she needed. It was nice to have a story that had no shouting or managers, or cops being called. Just a good wholesome story with no dramatic ending. The next one is titled, "This was more of a, I don't work here sir." So, I was walking in the grocery store and I was pretty deep in my own thoughts, not paying too much attention to anything in particular other than my dinner plans. Very vaguely I hear somebody talking a good way behind me. Hey hello hey, just repeated a few times. Now where I live plenty of people talk loudly on their phones while having it on speakerphone in the store, so my brain that wasn't paying attention at all just kind of assumed it was somebody on their phone that had lost connection or something. I keep hearing the heys and hellos behind me and I just assume the person that's on the phone is going towards the same aisle as I am. I stop to look at something on the shelf and some guy comes up behind me riding on one of those motorized scooters and he yells, "Hey, hello?" I turn around and looked at him very confused. He looks me up and down. I'm wearing black pants, black shoes, a black t-shirt, and a gray hoodie. After looking me up and down he stops and looks at my face, well mostly my eyes because I'm wearing a face mask. He stares at my over-exaggerated eye makeup. I was feeling fancy today, so I went a little overboard with the eyeshadow lol. He just stares at me for a second and says, "You don't work here, do you?" I just shook my head, and he looked a bit embarrassed and drove off. I know it's not some crazy Karen story, but I thought it was kind of funny because it was kind of really awkward lol. The next one is titled, "Honestly, I think everyone is just cranky and that's okay. It keeps happening. Usually, it's enough to say, I don't work here. Sometimes I'll still help anyway. It's honestly no big deal. This time, I kind of might be at fault?" So, I went shopping at the Bullseye store. It was a rare day when my kid's father opted to watch all three even though he really didn't want to, but that neither here nor there. I was by myself, with maybe 1 hour to just shop and decompress and I was loving it. Decided to get some chocolate that I was totally going to scarf down in the car before going home. They had tons of different kinds. I'm salivating and loving that I get a whole candy bar to myself. I select one and turn to go and I hear it, ahem. Now there's a couple different tones one can take that sound. There's general, sorry to bother you but please, there, I had a frog in my throat, and then rage. Let me speak to your manager. Guess which one I got? Okay, it's okay. I can do this. Just be polite and she'll go away. Nope Karen. I need, brand, candy bar. Where is it? Me. Deep breath. If it's not on the shelf, perhaps the workers either ran out or haven't restocked. Karen, well go look. Me. I do not work here. Karen. Yes you do. You're wearing red. Well fuck me standing. She's right. Me. I still don't work here. Karen. Yes you do. It's red. Clearly Ms. Karen is in a bad mood. Okay, I still got this. Bad mood or not, red shirt or not, I can't just go in the back of the store. So, I opted to just stand there and stare at her, very casual like. She asked if I was deaf and why I wasn't saying anything. Kept standing there, not moving. Now she reads the front of my shirt. This is what she sees. Not my exact shirt as the picture of the feet is different and mine was of course red, but the words are the same. I'm big into novelty shirts and everyone in my family knows that's usually all I ever want. That and chocolate. I'm easy to please. Karen. Are you threatening me? How dare you? You stay right there young lady. I'm getting your manager. I just shrugged and kind of walk off. Grabbing my chocolate, oh chocolate how I do love you, let me count the ways, and going to self-checkout. I thought I heard her voice as I was leaving but I'm not sure. I'm sure she was just having a bad day. Maybe she didn't take her meds or maybe she was looking for a fight. Don't know, don't care. I had my chocolate. My all mine. The next one is titled, Blind to Large Letters. Not as flashy or as exciting as most of the posts here, but sometimes people can be blind to absolutely everything. So, I used to work on an ambulance service that was based out of Reno, even though I worked in California near the border. I had just turned 19 at the time and defiantly looked it, so people were sometimes surprised when I told them where I worked. The company made us go through orientation, which had to be done at their facilities, which was an hour-and-a-half drive from my podink town. After a few hours of training, I was released but decided to stop by a Mart O Walls to get an energy drink and some snacks for the ride home. I pull in, take off my uniform shirt. Note I still had the bottom uniform pants on and a t-shirt that had some job description stuff on it in a few places. Anyways, I walked in, found my stuff, and was standing near their jewelry section deciding which line to stand in to make it out the fastest. While I was making up my mind, I heard an "excuse me" behind me. Now it wasn't too close and didn't sound hostile, and me being the introvert that I am, ignored it thinking it was someone trying to talk to an associate. Until, that is, the second "excuse me" was much louder and right to my left. I turn and see a woman, Karen clothing but at least not hair, standing looking at me. She looked a little annoyed and asked, "Yes, hi, I was wondering where." Realizing she thought I was an employee, I cut her off and said, "Oh, I'm sorry ma'am, but I don't work here, and I have no idea where things are in this store." She looked pretty confused and said, "Oh, but you're in uniform, so I thought you did?" To which I am positive I looked much more confused than she was. The uniform, you see, was a pair of black steel-toed shined boots from the Navy, nylon cargo pants with trauma shears, stethoscope, pens, notepads sticking out of various pockets in plain view, and a thick belt for holding a radio. The shirt had Company X, EMT on the left breast pocket, and EMT in massive letters across the back, where she approached me from. I looked at her, and said, "Yes, I am in uniform. I work for Company X, I'm an EMT like it says on the back of my shirt." She clearly looked embarrassed now, muttered an apology and scurried away. Nothing else happened, and I made my purchase and drove home wondering how someone could be so hurried as to miss the giant letters on my back. Anyways, nothing too exciting but a good reminder of how dumb some people are. The next one is titled, "I really don't work here." Especially not wearing this. This morning I woke up early and, against my better judgment, drove 45 minutes to a nearby park to compete in a local 10K race. Because of COVID, participants can run the 10K at any location they like over the 2 weeks of the race, and the race organizers send you your jerseys and medals. Having not trained at all for this 10K run and being probably at almost my lowest fitness level of my entire life, thanks pandemic, I came out of the 10K run walk in pretty rough shape. Hip flexors and left knee aching and stiff, resulting in difficulty walking. Nonetheless, my partner and I wanted to stop at IKEA on our way home to pick up a single accessory piece for the shoe rack we'd bought the day prior. So, in our running shoes, tights, and race medals, we limped into IKEA. Important to note, while the race jersey was bright yellow, I covered it up with a black hoodie before going into the store, but kept my medal out on my chest so people would be less likely to worry about why I was walking like I'd been kicked by a horse. Unfortunately for us, the part we were looking for was nowhere obvious. We looked in the market hall, in the warehouse, and in the showroom. No fewer than 3 employees tried to help us by directing us to one spot or another. At one point I couldn't keep walking around that massive store, so I let my partner wander off to look for the part while I aimlessly drifted through wardrobes. Excuse me? In my hungry post-race days, I didn't realize they were talking to me until they approached. A mid-30s white couple with their phones in their faces. They continued, "Where can we find the..." I gawked at them for a second before I sputtered out, I don't work here." I mean, I was in fitness tights with pink shorts over top and a black hoodie. "Oh. Well, who should we? Everyone who works here is wearing bright yellow shirts," I responded helpfully. It wasn't until the next person, an older Asian woman, approached me to ask for help that I realized it was probably the race medal, which they thought was a lanyard. I guess? I just limped my way out of there after that. And luckily, my partner finally found the part. Someone had to go get it from the back, but we've got it. The next one is titled, "I Ain't No Burger Jockey." Longtime reader, first-time poster. This happened no more than an hour ago, so the events are still fresh in my mind. I work part-time as a Canadian Reserve soldier. This means training once a night per week, and 2 weekend exercises per month. I just got back from what I would consider to be one of the more challenging exercises I've been on. A 3 kilometers ruck march from the bus drop-off point to our training field, sleeping in hooches out in negative-degree weather, section and platoon attack drills, and night navigation and patrol training. Needless to say, I'm beat. After a weekend of army food and rations, I wanted a decent burger in my gut. A good friend and former classmate we'll call Darren works at his father's little burger shop. It's a quaint hole-in-the-wall situation, but his dad hand makes the burgers from scratch, and they're the best damn burgers I've ever had. Today was particularly slow for the shop. Little to no customers, except for the lunch hour. Darren invited me back to the workers' lounge behind the counter to eat and chat about the weekend. The lounge wasn't visible from the main entrance but is in full view once you reach the counter, relevant info. Halfway through my burger, a father and his 2 daughters walked in. "Father. Hello? Is there anyone here? The sign said you guys were open." Darren popped around the corner from the lounge. "Yes, sorry. I was just in the back there, what can I get you?" "Father. I'll have your double bacon matzo burger with a side of fries, and the kids will each have a kitty cheesy. Eat in, please." Darren. "Sure thing, sir. Your total is $16.67, and your order should take about 10 to 15 minutes. Father. Really? That's a little bit long for some burgers and fries. Maybe if you got your coworker there to help ya, you'd be done sooner." He gestures at me in the lounge. Darren, preparing the man's order. "Oh no, he's not," the father cuts him off to yell at me. "Hey bud, you got a paying customer out here." I just stare out at him, mid-burger munch, totally confused. Darren interjects. "Sir, he doesn't work here, he's just a close friend having a visit." Father. I know how your food workers cover each other. Don't take me for a fool. Back to me, you going to come out and help your buddy? Me and my daughters are starving over here. I put my food down, walk over, and reiterate Darren's point. "Really, sir? I don't work here. I ain't no burger jockey, I'm a paying customer too. I don't even think I'm qualified to make food for you to eat." Father. Seriously, you are pathetic. Can't come off your break to just make one measly order? Absolutely lazy. Darren throws down a big brown bag on top of the counter in front of the dad. "Order up to go." "Sir, you're acting inappropriate to my friend and in front of your children. Please take your food and leave." Father. "But I ordered to eat in." Darren. "Yeah, but frankly you made an ass of yourself, and I'd much rather not have you in my establishment. Please leave." The man swiped the bag and stormed out, kids in tow, mouthing off about slow and rude service. Ironic. The next one is titled, "Assaulted Even Though I Don't Work There." This is my encounter with an entitled crazy woman that thinks the world should always bow to her wishes. A little background: I am single, having never remarried after my wife passed away from a sudden and deadly illness, and since the pandemic hit, my grandmother who's in her 90s and my cousin and her mother have been living with me. Never had any problems with them, and they do help around the house as they can and even pitch in on the bills from time to time, which I love about them. My cousin is a special needs boy and has a compromised immune system, as well as my grandma, being old, does not have as strong an immune system as she used to. As such, when I do have to go out, I take the precaution of taking a shower when I come home and put on a fresh set of clothing, taking care to not expose them to the worn set before I wash them. Necessary in my view with the pandemic going on. Normally I would order in whatever we need, but at the time this happened I could not. Something to do with their system going buggy or something. With that, let's get on with the story. This happened a little earlier today and I'm still fuming over it. Yes, I did press charges. Earlier today I decided to go shopping, even though some members of my household are higher risk for the pandemic going on, but we still needed food and a few things for a special diet one of them had to eat. Into the store once I got there, grabbed a cart and began to shop. I had been shopping for about 20 minutes when I heard someone snapping their fingers. I ignored it because I didn't work there and was wearing jeans and a black shirt with Insane Clown Posse on it. No way anyone could mistake me for an employee, or so I thought. Next thing I knew is someone yell in my ear, "Are you going to help me or not?" I jumped, exclaiming loudly, "WTF?" When I got turned around, there was a Karen, short-haired, in clothes one size too small for her, large and with a sour look on her face. She shouted again, "Help me now or I'm getting you fired." I told her just as loudly, "I don't work here, lady. Now F off and go bother an actual employee." She stepped back, mouth agape like she had never been shouted back at in her entire life, and wound up to slap me. I blocked her swing and said, "That's one." She tried to slap me again and I blocked it. "That's two, one more and I slap you back, Karen." She screamed, "I am getting you fired," and stomped off. I yelled, "Don't let the doorknob hit you in your on the way out, Karen." As she left, I saw her shoulders jerk as if she had gotten hit in the back and kept going. I continued with my shopping, albeit angrily. I was done with people at the moment and wanted to finish and get back home. An employee approached me and asked what all the yelling was about, so I told her everything. I could tell she was smirking when I told her what I said as the crazy woman stomped off. So we chatted as I shopped, and the employee's words were helping considerably to calm me down when we heard that nasty voice again. That's him. The one WHO wouldn't help me and threatened me when I asked for his help. I want him fired right now. The manager looked confused. "Ma'am, he doesn't work here, I cannot fire customers." "Yes he does." She yelled at him, "Fire him right now or I'm filing a complaint with corporate." "You're certainly welcome to do that, ma'am, but he does not work here." She lost her crap then, her face went purple and charged at me and managed to slap me this time. I normally am opposed to hitting women, but out of pure defensive instinct I slapped her back, hard enough to spin her around and knock her down. By this time store security had arrived and restrained me, thinking I was the one to instigate the incident. The crazy woman got up off the floor and started screaming assault and demanding the police be called. In the meantime she tried several more times to get to me and slap me again and wound up being restrained herself. During this, the employee had been speaking to the manager over her yelling and told him what had actually happened and had heard her demands 2 aisles away and came to investigate. Apparently she had managed to come into the aisle in time to see her try to slap me a second time and my warning to her. When the police arrived, she went off on a profanity-laced rant demanding I be fired and arrested, and that she was going to be able to live off the suit she intended to file. The police walked me a few feet away while she ranted and raved and asked me what happened, so I told them and that the footage from the security cameras would provide proof of my side of the incident. So while one listened to her side of the story, one went and checked the recordings. They came back. One took out his cuffs while the crazy woman looked smug and said some rude things, but was shocked when the officer told her to turn around and to not resist. They had to literally drag her out of the store kicking and screaming all the way, threatening to have their jobs and screaming how she was the victim here and more I cannot put here because of the language. I was asked a few minutes later by one of the officers if I would like to press charges, since from viewing the recordings it was obvious I was defending myself and did not use excessive force. Of course I said yes. I also found out later she has harassed other shoppers before but had never assaulted anyone before. So, she's sitting in jail having not been able to bail out in her own family. A few who have contacted me and profusely apologized for her actions, which I told them not to worry about it. They're not being held to blame for her actions. And none of them are willing to pay her bail so she can get out and start her shenanigans again. I suspect there's more to it than that. But I do know she has been banned from the store now after that for life. Thank you very much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and post some star emojis in the comments if you want to support Reading Bear.